Well, hello everybody. It's Ronnie with Whip and Chain. I work with Maggie and Lauren to bring you beautiful crochet tutorials. There is a new fad that is like sweeping the crochet world. It is beaded blankets. Now, when you do these, when you make them, it does add some, quote, weight to your blanket. It adds, if you do a full blanket, it can add up to, it depends, but it can add up to a pound or close to a pound, depending on the size that you make it. But I wanted to do a tutorial to show you how they're done, and they're beautiful. This is the one that I'm doing right now, and let me show you what's all being used. I'm not going to do it in black because it's going to be really hard for you to see it if I do it in black. Okay, but I went to Michael's and I got these beads. Now, I know this is not the cheapest. This was like $22, and for this many beads, it's not quite 2,000 beads. It's like 1,800, I think. But it was like $22, and of course I have my coupons and different things, but you can use cheaper beads. But when you pick your beads, make sure that the opening is big enough for you to get your crochet hook through. Okay. Now the project is being done. What I'm suggesting is a 3.75 millimeter. That's what comfortably goes through the beads for me. Okay, and just so you know, so I can be transparent, this is Creatology beads. I like these, but you can use any beads that you want. It's just really important for you to know that you need your hook to be able to go through the center of the bead. You can't do those very thin ones, okay? Now, if you want to do it the way I'm doing it, I'm going to show you how I'm doing that. But you don't have to. The only thing I would suggest is when you're beading between each bead to do a stitch. Okay? Now, I am putting a border on mine. That way I don't have to do a border. So, this is how we're doing it here. Get nice and close so you can see, and then you move it. All right, this is just acrylic yarn. This happens to be Hobby Lobby yarn. I love this yarn. This is Royal. If you use thicker yarn, make sure your beads are adjusted to it, that it'll work with the thickness of the yarn. And the thinner the yarn, and if you use these beads, the looser they're going to be. Okay. So, the way I did mine, I did a stitch count of 3 on the left, 3 on the right. Then every other stitch is a bead. So you whatever number you pick for your blanket, if you're going to do it the way I'm going to do it, any odd number, pick any odd number you want. 9, 11, pick an odd number. You crochet that, and then you add 6. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Try again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and I'm going to stick at 15. and then add 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, this gives you your center, your 3 and 3. But since we're doing the second chain from the hook, instead of adding 6, where I messed up, add 7 instead of 6. Okay. So then the second chain from the hook, you're done at just half double all the way down. I'm doing back loops. You do not have to. So you're going to half double all the way down, and I'm going to meet you at the end. Okay. So now you can make your border thin or thick. My border on the black one, I actually did 2 rows, but I'm only going to do 1 row for you here. So you chain 2 and you turn. And then in that same first stitch that you came out of, this first stitch, after you chain 2, you still put a half double right in that one. Then you put a half double in the next one, and then you put a half double in the next. Now this is where you start adding your beads. So now put a bead on your hook. Okay. You go in your stitch, grab some yarn, bring it up, wrap again, and you go through all of it. And then the next stitch is a half double. Notice I did not wrap my hook first. Put the bead on, you go in, you wrap, bring it through, wrap, and you go through them all. Then the next stitch, a half a double. And this is honestly how easy this is. Wrap, go through all. Then the next one, just a regular half double. You put the bead on, and you go through, you bring some yarn up, you wrap, and you go through all of it. You can do any design you want with your beads. You can pick one color, you can pick multicolors. Mine, I'm doing like a wave look. You can also spell out a child's name on it if you want to get creative. There's another half double. Bead on, go in, wrap, and go through all. The next one, regular half double, bead, and then I should have 3 left. 1, 2, and 3. And that is how easy this is. Now the next row, I do recommend that you do your chain 2 and you just do a row of half doubles. Put at least 1 regular row in between them. This helps set them. And I have seen some designers, they wash these blankets and they're fine. I've seen people put them in the dryer, but I would personally recommend that you let them air dry. I wouldn't put plastic beads in a dryer. That just seems to me disastrous. But you're starting to see these everywhere, and people are struggling at knowing, how do you beat it? How do you do it? this is another way of doing it. And these beads stay straighter than putting them on your yarn before you start your project. They're staying nice and straight. And this is really good for like autistic children or children that are nervous about something. You can make a little carrier blankie with it. That way they can take it places with them. And they have the beads to help them when they really need it. There we go. Isn't that pretty? And they're in there. They're nice and solid in there. And then all you do is the same thing. You chain 2. You do your 3 half doubles. And then start with your bead again. And then a half double. And that is how you do the beaded weighted blanket. Absolutely beautiful. Well, I appreciate you watching this tutorial. Like I said, it's always a work in progress here at Whip and Chain. And we'd love you to join us on our Facebook group, Whip and Chain, at Whip and Chain. On Facebook, come join us. We're getting so close to that 1,000. Come join us and go look at all our videos that we have done. We have so many more that will be coming this year yet. Again, my name is Ronnie. Thank you for watching our video. Until next time, happy crocheting, everybody. Bye-bye.